Welcome to Padnet Live. I'm Derek Simpson, Executive Director of the Long Beach Community Action Partnership, and we're very pleased to have you join us on this historic day for Long Beach and for us here at the Long Beach Community Action Partnership. We have guests here on the set, we have a reception going on in the other room, and we have you at home watching. If you'd like to see even more, tell a friend. We're also on the internet and we're streaming live. Our intent is to inform you, to inspire you, and to engage you to get involved with Padnet. Padnet represents your shows, your community, and your station. So don't forget to tell someone what's about to happen, because we are excited here, because it is history indeed. And to join me and you in finding out what exactly is happening, I have two guests on the set with me. First of all, I'd like to introduce Mr. John Glazer, and he's going to be chatting with us in a moment. And we also have Judy Baker. And Judy, welcome. Welcome, John.
Hey, Derek.
Thank you.
It's good to be here.
Great, great. So I want to start out, John, with talking about what your role is currently in the community, because what you're doing now is a bit different from what you were doing when we first got involved here with Padnet.
That's correct. So currently I'm the Executive Director of the Arts Council for Long Beach.
Okay.
And when I got involved in this process, it was a round process. The city asked the Long Beach Nonprofit Partnership to be involved in the facilitating a process that would engage stakeholders in a discussion about getting Padnet back on the air. It wasn't called Padnet there,
Right,
but
public access.
get public access back on the air.
Right, exactly. So, Judy, before we get into more about what happened to get us back on the air, let's rewind the clock to those days when you were really involved and you were a key piece in public access for the city of Long Beach. And one of the first questions I want to ask you was about your involvement and about some of the players that worked with you back then.
Well, going back, we couldn't have done it without Ron Petke from Charter Communications,
Right.
and Doug Wood, who was a master engineer and
Right.
kept everything running. But we had a great team of crew members. Darren Gaber, Rocky Kitchen, and Ken Estes. I want to name all of them, but I'm thinking I'm gonna leave so many out.
Eventually you would.
But yeah, it was such a tremendous crew. Crystal, Burnett, excuse me.
Yeah. One of the things as you're saying out those names, a big difference now and then was that those were paid crew members that work with you,
Yes.
as opposed to today. Basically, it's incumbent upon us as the Long Beach Community Action Partnership to go out and find those funds to have the staff in to help make a quality show. And quality was something that, as a producer myself back then, that I really appreciated, because it was up to the producer to come up with the creative content, but you had a strong team of people working with you.
Yes, we did, Derek, and a lot of the crew members, most of them, came from the TV program at Long Beach City College, and
Right.
they started as interns. And
Right.
so the quality came from learning the basics over at LBCC.
And that's a note to the people who are watching right now. If you happen to be a student at Long Beach City College,
Yes.
or we even have, I think, at least one or two interns right now from Cal State Long Beach that,
Yeah.
that are working with us. And in fact, Ron Petke, we were hoping to have join us tonight, can't be here because he's at the college teaching.
Oh,
So
yes.
he's doing what he does best.
Yes.
So when you talk about some of the shows back then, Judy, take us back for those people who aren't familiar. What were some of your favorite shows? that were produced?
Well, they were all my favorite.
I guess you better say that,
yeah,
right?
And we had over 90 shows every month, and we produced 30 shows a week, half-hour shows. Now, Derek, yours was Inspired Minds, and
you
that
remember
was
that.
an
I'm
awesome show because you brought in guests from the music industry, and you were an awesome host.
Thank you.
Also. So
Hopefully I do a good job tonight.
yeah. And then, of
Jury's
course,
still out, I think.
we
But you
gotta
will.
mention Sonny Bozeman live,
Yes.
because he had a live show every other Friday, and it brought in all members of the community. And you know, like I said, there were so many shows. If I mention them,
Right.
it's gonna slight someone, but
Yeah.
they were awesome, and it's gonna be that way again. I know.
I'm sure it will. So John, let's switch gears and talk to you. So we have Judy who was involved. We had staff that were involved. We had all sorts of people in the community. 90 shows a week was a lot going on. Then all of a sudden the doors are shut down because
Right.
of DFCA and the legislation that changed the dynamics. Tell us then how you got involved back in that history to help us come forward.
And you know, honestly, I knew nothing about public access. I know a little bit more than I did then, and I learned a lot. And I learned a lot because at the Long Beach Nonprofit Partnership, we were asked by the city to facilitate a process of engagement. So we used a process called appreciative inquiry, and we focused on what are all the great things that are working and worked when public access was on the air. And even though it sounds simple to say that we all agree, we needed to agree on one thing, and that was what the vision was for public access. If you've ever done any vision work with a diverse group of stakeholders, it's not so easy. You know, it's kind of like making sausage. You know, you really don't want to see the process being made, but the end product isn't so bad.
And we got there.
We did get there. I mean, we did get there, and it was because everyone agreed that they wanted to get public access on the air. And whenever we started to get those heavy-spirited conversations and started to drift away, we were able to bring people back. And I want to shout out to Tenny Poole, who worked with us and created the process. I mean, people worked weekends and evenings around the holidays, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
To pull this all together, because we needed to keep the train moving. So everyone did a great job.
I have just maybe about a minute.
Okay.
And real quickly, I want you to share what your vision for Padnet. We've gone back, we've talked about how we got here. Let's start with you, John. What would your vision be for Padnet in just a few seconds?
Well, that it's a service that's provided to the community, that's embraced by the community, and that everyone has access to both sides of it, both the production side and the television side.
Great. And you, Judy, real quickly.
And that the community, that it becomes truly community TV, and that everyone uses this opportunity to express their voice.
Great.
Super.
Thank you both for joining me, and thank you for joining us for this first segment. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to share more guests here in the studio and tell you more about how Padnet was actually relaunched and how it got the name.
Hi, my name is Marissa Semensi, and I'm the Energy, Advocacy, and Family Services Director at Long Beach CAP. I oversee two departments. The Community Advocacy and Family Services Department provides funding to local nonprofits to enhance their programmatic services. We also have the ELITE program, which is the Eastern Los Angeles Energy Assistance Team, in which we provide basic weatherization and utility assistance. For more information, please visit lbcap.org. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Maeve Milstead, Director of Youth Programs for Long Beach Community Action Partnership. We offer innovative youth programs here at Long Beach CAP, where our Leadership Academy and Mentoring Program offers teens opportunities to learn video production, silk screening, art, and photography. We also offer Men Making a Change, where our young men have gained recognition all the way to the White House for their advocacy to improve their community, to make it a healthier place to live and prevent violence. Our community garden is on a 1.5-acre oasis where we are able to provide fresh produce to the community, as well as farm-to-table lunches in schools. Project Play is an extra special program for LBCAP because we're able to provide services to the youth where they live. These youth are provided with positive choices after school for physical fitness, tutoring, and enrichment. Our ACES After School program is offered in partnership with Long Beach Unified School District. We are serving students at 6 sites throughout Long Beach where we offer quality after-school academic and physical enrichment. If you'd like more information, please come see us here at LBCAP or visit us at lbcap.org.
Are you tired of paying $200 and even $300 to get your income tax return prepared each year? So am I. Hi, I'm Tricia Heath. I'm the site coordinator for the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program run by the Long Beach Community Action Partnership. VITA is a partnership between the Internal Revenue Service, community-based organizations like this one, and thousands of dedicated volunteers who ensure that your return is prepared accurately, confidentially, and with no charge. If you would like your return prepared by us, or you would like more information about how to volunteer, please call us at 562-216-4610 or visit us on the web at lbcap.org. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Lisa Mastromico, and I'm the director for Padnet, the Public Access Digital Network. Padnet is the community television station here in Long Beach where we have all the media training and resources that you need to create content for our website and for our channel. If you're interested in field production, we can teach you everything from pre-production all the way through post. If you're interested in the studio, we just finished building a brand new HD studio that's available to our members who are trained and certified to use it. Our studio series will teach you everything from running the cameras, the soundboard, creating graphics, even how to direct your own studio program. The first thing to get started is to become a member, and any Long Beach resident or organization or business based in Long Beach is eligible. Remember, Padnet is here for us to create programming by and for the people of Long Beach. Check us out today at padnet.tv to find out how to get started.
Welcome back. I'm Derek Simpson, Executive Director of the Long Beach Community Action Partnership. And in case you're just tuning in, you're watching Padnet Live, the public access digital network, your shows, your community, your station. And joining me now as guests to talk about the whole process of bringing Padnet, the public access digital network, back to Long Beach are two gentlemen that were very instrumental. Stephen Scott from the City of Long Beach Technology Services and Mr. Jim Worsham from the Long Beach Community Foundation. So why don't we begin with you, Jim, and talk about the process, because when we began this journey, it was important for us as Long Beach Community Action Partnership to step up and think about how we as an agency might be the right fit. And from the foundation's perspective, what were you looking for in that partnership?
Well, we actually needed a lot more than just somebody who was willing to do the job. And I think, Derek, because of your background and your credentials and the financial stability that you were able to bring to the table from Community Action Partnership, I think that was a big determiner in selecting the Community Action Partnership to put this project together. And our role was to facilitate funding for the operations. The PEG funds that I know you plan to talk about
Right, absolutely.
only really covered facilities and equipment. So we were able to put together a package that made this happen.
Now, not to assume that everyone viewing knows what the Long Beach Community Foundation does or why it would even have such an interest. Can you briefly share some of that insight?
Right. Well, the Community Foundation is an umbrella charity that's approved by the IRS to actually have one community that they serve, and our community is Long Beach, the city of Long Beach. And we work with donors who have philanthropic interests. We invest their money and we make grants to the city, hopefully things that will get something moving and start something, and that was why we had the interest in this. Okay. This project in particular sort of grew out of the influence of the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation that we are closely affiliated with.
Absolutely.
And they, at one time, you know, the Knight brothers owned newspapers all over the country. But with the declining influence of newspapers, it became obvious to everyone that other ways to deliver news were really necessary.
So with that said, Stephen, Jim mentioned the PEG funds, and I know that another key player and key partner was the city of Long Beach. We wouldn't be here without you guys, and specifically you, I must say, and your leadership, and Curtis and Dean and you guys in that department. But can you briefly explain how that PEG fund worked in terms of making Padnet come back?
Sure. Well, PEG funds stand for Public Education and Government Funds. These are revenues that are collected by the city from the operators providing video and cable services in Long Beach. And these are funds that we receive on an annual basis, and they are intended to provide support for equipment and facilities, the capital needs of operations for PEG operators. And PEG operators are public access, educational access, and government access, hence the PEG.
And we are the P here at Padnet, so
correct.
We represent that.
Correct.
And
so those were resources that were provided, and you know, a good resource to help operate any of the PEG operations.
what would be from your perspective then, as I sit here, you know, and sharing with the viewers, the city's expectation for the operator of public access? Jim mentioned the fiscal stability and the leadership, but were there specific things that you and the city were looking for as well?
Yeah, and I think the city council, when they gave direction to city staff 5-6 years ago now to try to restore public access television, they wanted to make sure that there was a voice provided to the residents of Long Beach. And I think that's how we would measure success at the end of the day, is making sure that there is that voice for the residents through public access to be able to share and inform and educate and entertain the residents.
Now, I talked about process, and I remember as I lived through this that one of the steps in the process was that this actually had to go before City Council for approval.
That is correct. There were actually a number of approvals that needed to occur. There is essentially a management agreement between the City of Long Beach and the Community Action Partnership to serve as the day-to-day operator of public access. But there were other steps along the way, and one of those relationships is with the Community Foundation and their relationship with the Knight Foundation for the grant funds. There was utilization of PEG funds to serve as an offset for those grant funds.
Right. So as I sit here, and we all sit here in this new studio, and we're all excited about the journey and getting here, let's start with you, Stephen, in terms of your vision. As you see us sitting here now, what would be that vision for Padnet going forward from your perspective?
You know, I just have to say, what has been accomplished to date is just absolutely amazing, and continuing that momentum moving forward, and again going back to the objectives as stated by the City Council of being able to provide that voice to the community, the opportunity to share their stories, tell their stories, entertain and educate. And I think you know, that's an important component of public access.
Right. And from your perspective, Jim, I know the foundation is really key in helping us get this off the ground. What would be your vision going forward?
Well, my vision is really much bigger than just public access. It's always bothered me that Long Beach, as big as it is, lives in the shadow of Los Angeles. And we've never had our own TV station. And if we were anyplace else in the country, we'd have at least one TV station.
Absolutely.
So I see this as the groundwork for our opportunity to actually have a television station that serves the needs of Long Beach far beyond just public access. So I'm really excited about it.
Great. Well, we're excited to be a part of it. We're excited to have you joining us. And when we come back from this particular break, we're going to talk to some of the producers. We're going to talk to some of the political leaders that you've heard these two gentlemen mention. And hopefully you've heard that we can't do this without you who are watching and you who are in the reception room. I can't hear you, but I'm sure I will in a moment. And we just want you to all get excited as we are, because this is your opportunity to tell your story. We'll be right back.
Congratulations to Public Access Digital Network on their grand opening. You know, this is going to be a great opportunity for the many voices in our community to be heard, to be able to display the talent we have in Long Beach and to get unique community perspectives. So I welcome new shows in the future. It's also going to be a great opportunity for many of our citizens to get experience with the latest digital equipment. Congratulations to Public Access Digital Network on your grand opening, and all the best in the future.
Hi, I'm Councilmember Steve Neal of the 9th District, and I have some great news to share with you, the residents of the city of Long Beach. Padnet Television is coming to Long Beach, and what an exciting thing this is for the residents of our city. With Padnet, for those of you that have an opportunity or a desire to want to get involved in television production, find out about editing, or even want to produce your own TV shows, this is the place to be. What a great resource this is going to be for the entire city of Long Beach, and I'm so excited about Padnet coming into our beautiful city. The month of May is going to be the grand opening. We want all of you to find out what's going on. Check out Padnet TV in the city of Long Beach.
I'm Councilwoman Jerry Shipsky, and I'm here today to congratulate Padnet. You've really worked very hard to be where you are today, and we're appreciative that you took the time and effort to reinstitute an important media for the residents of Long Beach. This public access television is an important part of the communication process that we have in Long Beach, and thanks to you, we're going to have it again. I want to encourage everyone who's watching this to get involved. You too can have your own show. You can get involved behind the camera or in front. It's an important way to communicate. So again, thank you very much, and congratulations, Padnet.
Hello, I'm Councilmember Suja Lowenthal from the 2nd District. I want to welcome Long Beach Public Access Digital Network to the airwaves and thank the many individuals whose persistence has paid off. Public access television is an important part of creating an informed citizenry, and it contributes to the community identity. I look forward to watching Padnet grow its viewership and give voice to the diverse cultures and communities that make Long Beach a special place to live and work.
Hi. This is Councilmember James Johnson of the beautiful 7th District, and I want to congratulate and welcome Padnet for bringing back public access TV right here to the beautiful 7th District and to all of Long Beach. But I also have two important messages for you, the viewers out there. One, if you want to see great public access television, you only have one place to go to, padnet.tv. We're going to have great shows produced by your neighbors and your community. And two, don't just be a viewer, be a participant. Come on out and be part of the community creating this great programming for our community. Go to padnet.tv and find out all the information you need. So I look forward to seeing you either behind the lens, making a show, or perhaps with me watching these great shows on Padnet TV.
Welcome back. I'm Derek Simpson again, and we're in our expansive Padnet studios here. We've stepped over to another set, and joining us is Emery Eunice from Wells Fargo Bank, and you guys were very kind in supporting us in making today happen. So tell us about why working with Padnet is important to Wells Fargo Bank.
Thank you very much, Derek. Wells Fargo's committed, like Long Beach Community Action Partnership, to helping build our communities. It's a matter of understanding and articulating what the specific community's needs are from a news, entertainment, and education perspective, and Wells Fargo believes all of those are vital to the success of Long Beach. And that's, overall for Wells Fargo, that's part of our commitment. That's part of our commitment because we can't do well as a corporation unless the communities we're in do well.
Well, I want to thank you personally as executive director because I know that you brought your whole crew in, and when we got ready to do business with Wells Fargo, you guys were there 100%. So thank you so much for today.
My pleasure.
All right, all right. And we're going to have just a few more of our guests that are out there enjoying the reception while I'm in here with you. And next up is Sandy Vandenberg, and this lady's special because the name Padnet, I had another name, but she switched it and made it Padnet, and that's where we are today. So welcome, Sandy. Tell us about Padnet and what you're thinking about today and the reception.
Thank you, Derek. It's just thrilling to see the excitement and all the people here and the energy. We've spent a lot of hours working on that proposal for the Knight Foundation's Community Information Challenge, and it's just so exciting to see this come to be and have all the people of Long Beach involved.
We're happy to see you come back and join us. We know you're not in Long Beach anymore, but I know your heart's always here. So thank you for everything that you're doing.
All right. Thanks,
Great, great. And next up, We have someone who's been really involved in the whole process of helping Padnet. She's on our advisory board, and that's Liza. Welcome, Liza.
Thank you, Derek. Nice to see you.
How are you feeling about today?
Congratulations. I'm excited. I'm
Congratulations
proud.
to you, too.
Well, and to all of everybody here that we are finally on the air. Yay.
Yes, what do you think about the set? Looks pretty cool, huh?
Just absolutely. And I love seeing how everyone is involved and supportive. And I'm excited. Thank you.
So, question I have, because I'm not out there, how's the food?
Delicious. And many producers are there, many political supporters. It's wonderful to see everybody.
Very cool to see you, too. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek.
Next up, we have a gentleman who works really closely with me in the community on a lot of different projects, and that's Reverend Larry Ginn. What do you think about being a Padnet member? Because you are a member as well.
Absolutely. I'm a producer, and I'm excited about all what's happening here. This is great.
Yeah. And what is your show going to be about?
Well, we deal with community issues with family, parenting, because I have a counseling practice, and we'll deal with grief, crisis, trauma, so we can impact the community like first responders and their emotional care.
Very cool. And the reception, you're seeing new friends, old friends. What's the environment like out there?
It's cool. It's good. It's exciting. A lot of people, a lot of old friends I haven't seen in a while, so it's good to have the community together.
Okay. Now, when you think about your show and when you think about the messages that we're talking about getting out in the community and you see what's going on here, what would you say to someone who's not a member yet?
Join as soon as possible. This is great. It's historical, and I think it's a great thing for the community. Yeah.
Now, you've actually been through some of the classes already, or no?
Yeah, I've been through the producers class, but I have a couple people in my organization that's producers and cameramen. Yeah.
Okay. And when you went through those classes, what were some of the things that stood out to you?
Well, since I didn't know anything about producing, I learned a lot right up front. So it's great because you have the opportunity to put some content on that hopefully will be quality content and learn how to do that effectively.
Okay. Now, I know that you are involved in many different activities in the Long Beach community. And when you see Padnet and you see people who maybe don't want to be a producer or a member, what would you say to them about just being supportive of something like this? You heard two of our guests talk about a voice to the community. So what would you say about that in just a few seconds?
Well, I would say it's important for the community of Long Beach to come together. This is a good voice. It's a good place for people to express and show what Long Beach is really like internally. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to rush back over to the other set, but in between now and then, we have something else to share with you.
Original airfield there, the original municipal airfield.
Right.
You have the Earl Street that's right there.
Right.
I mean, you have a lot of history stuff that are right there.
Exactly.
Daring early aviators like Earl Doherty, who did all of these little fancy spins and other things like that to entertain audiences. It could be dangerous, especially if you couldn't pull out of a spin fast enough. A lot of people lost their lives, but basically just trying to entertain others.
Hello, and welcome to the Soul Love Experience. My name is Aldina Frizzell. I'm the executive editor and creator of Soul Love Magazine, a new digital online magazine dedicated to supporting the truth that all women are beautiful. We take our reader from the traditional media focus of creating a new you to a full-on recognition that mental and physical beauty is a unique part of every woman, and it should be celebrated and cultivated from that certainty. Our articles not only include in-depth presentation of the subject matter, but we also include online resources for takeaway suggestions and guidance on all the subject matters that we present. It's not easy believing in your strength and beauty when the outside world is barraging you with negative messages. This is why part of our mission is to partner with companies that are able to fulfill and uphold the spirit of women. Also, we ask that they please believe that one size does not fit all. I do hope you enjoyed your visit at soullovemagazine.com, and I look forward to seeing you at one of our workshops, sponsored events, and Facebook. Have a beautiful day.
Okay, I'm Danica Kennedy, and you're watching The Angel Show.
What's your name?
Karina Onofre.
What are you doing here? Let us know what's going on with you
We're
life.
partying. I work for a senator, and I'm here celebrating.
Yeah, who's this gentleman here? Who's this guy?
He's my fiance.
Mike
Deladi. We're having a lot of fun. Thank you, guys.
You guys getting married?
Almost soon. I bought her the ring last week.
Let me see. Brand new ring.
Welcome back. Padnet Live. We've had just, the time is flying by here, and we have more guests joining us on the set. This time it's really special to me because the people that you're about to meet are really what Padnet is all about, and that's our members. These are the people who've heard about Padnet, heard about what our mission is, and decided that they wanted to either, in one case, I believe, come back to public access, in other cases, explore what it is and really take it to the next level. And that's something that I really want to reiterate to you who are watching. Padnet is for those who are maybe professionals that want to do something locally and really do something for the community. They're for the novice that wants to come and learn what is a studio, what is a camera. Padnet is for anyone out there that has the inspiration to come in and make Long Beach have a great voice for all of us to hear. And joining us with that voice are German Angel, and then we have Aldina, and then we have Pamela, three of our producers. And yes, German, I'm going to start with you.
Oh.
And the first question, German, is just to ask you about, and I'll ask you all, about your inspiration for your shows. And I know you've been on the air quite a bit already. You didn't wait for the studio.
Yeah.
You made sure that you took advantage of our field production equipment. So what was the inspiration for you?
Well, Derek, thank you very much for inviting me tonight here for the grand opening.
Sure.
It's an honor for me to be part of Padnet.
Right.
I started doing community television back in 2003 when Charter Communications, Channel 69 and 65 back in those days. And I enjoy being part of the community. I go out there in the city, I videotape everything I see, hot topics. I do this in Spanish and English, and it was part of me, you know. I do love what I do.
You just said something important, German, that I want to make sure that people know, and that was that you do shows in English and in Spanish.
Yes.
And so I think it's important for people who are watching to know, whatever their language is, that we want this to be the opportunity for them to speak to their community. How has that been received when you talk about speaking Spanish?
Well, I love I'm very fluent in Spanish, also in English. I had difficulties sometimes, but every day I learn new words in English. I love this language. It's really easy to talk. It's faster than in Spanish, and if I get in trouble,
we don't need you to talk any faster, German. Trust me.
If I get in trouble, I have this excuse to say I don't know that much or something like that. But going back, I air my shows on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. I use the social networks. I have thousands of viewers on YouTube, and it's a really nice hobby because everything I do here in the city of Long Beach, I do it for free. I don't charge nobody, and it's really cool. I got to meet people, city councils, mayors, governors, car racers, and even the people who lives here. I go there and talk to them and find out about their lives, and I air on TV, and also I bicycle my tapes to another cities like New York City, Miami, and Houston. So when I do a show, I make a DVD, and then I send it to another community television stations.
Great. Now, giving ladies their time here, German,
yes.
we're going to move on, and we're going to allow Aldina. Now, in the break, we were watching different clips, and one of those, I understand, was your show.
Right.
So tell everyone about your concept for working with Padnet.
Well, thank you again for inviting me as well.
My
It's
pleasure.
definitely an honor. The name of my show is Soul Love Magazine, and it's basically wrapped around a magazine for women, supporting the truth that all women are beautiful.
Oh, wow.
So we do a lot of categories as far as finance, relationships, community service, self-growth and physical health. So that's pretty much the gamut of living life, most likely. So that's what the subject matter is.
Now, is the show already on the air, or are you just in the production phases of getting
Actually,
everything
I've done a lot of filming prior to the studio. So I have one show on the air, and I have a lot of film on my my computer at home. So I need to get into the video editing area.
Right.
So yes.
Okay, so that's another interesting point too, is that this time around with Padnet, someone who's interested could really, with software at home, work to get things together and then bring it here, sort of polish it up and give it to us in the format that's needed for playback. How convenient does that make it for you to be a member?
It's very convenient for me, and I also have an excuse to get a really cool new computer. So I really like the idea too.
Okay.
So it's a lot of fun, and I like doing graphics, and it's just a great opportunity to do more.
Okay. And then we have Pamela. Now, Pamela, I'm not sure if you're a member or you're a staff here at Long Beach Community Action Partnership.
I know.
Every time I look up in the hallway, I see you. Or if
I hang around a lot.
Yeah.
It takes so much time to edit, but I have wanted to learn how to edit for years.
Right.
And so
you should know it by now.
I should, but I'm still new in it. But you know, it's a golden opportunity to come to Padnet and to pick up the range of skills that I've been able to learn in just a few months' time. So I'm really grateful.
Now, let's talk about the experience, and we'll stay here with you, Pamela, for a moment. You talk about coming into the studio, you talk about the edit suite, you've met the staff, you've seen the environment here. For someone who doesn't know Long Beach Community Action Partnership or know anything about Padnet, share your experience with all of that environment.
Well, when I first started, or earlier on, maybe about 5 years ago, I was in the AFI directing workshop for women, and I had to raise $25,000 to do a short film, 15-minute film. And in the 4 months that I've been here, I've been able to work on a number of projects, and for the cost of a few classes, which are, you know, nominal. So I've been able to do in a few months what it took me, you know, several years to do previously.
Wow. So this is really furthering a dream in many ways for you.
Really, it made it so accessible because, you know, I have a lot of footage that I've not been able to do anything with because when I would hire editors, it would cost me like $25 an hour.
Right.
So now that I can come in and do my own work, and you know, and I'm finding really great stories. Like there's the house behind me belonged to the guy who founded the Long Beach Airport, and so yeah, and I got from the Long Beach Historical Museum, some Heritage Museum, some 90-year-old footage that I'm able to put, you know, and it's flying over Signal Hill, and you know, it's just really, you know, such cool material that I've been, you know, bumping into in my quest.
So we have just a few minutes left, and I want to make sure that I get with each of you, and I want to start with you, Aldina. When you think about Padnet, you think about your show. I'm asking everybody about their vision because I really want to keep looking into the future. We're in the present now, but as you see yourself going forward, what would be the ideal scenario for you and your experience here?
Oh, the ideal scenario, of course, is to have the show be a favorite of the community, and at the same time having the opportunity to maybe market it to the Long Beach community and let women and actually families, men and children know that it's there, and have people not only bring ideas and interviews and help out with the show, but also donate to the Padnet organization so that we can keep it growing and let them know that it's favorable.
Keep it going, that's important.
Exactly.
We need that support. And German, what about you, your vision going forward?
Oh my God, it's hot in here.
German.
Well, my vision is, you know, trying to bring the community together. You know, just have fun what I'm doing, and work with you guys. You know, start creating good shows and entertaining the people up there. You know, the community, and thanks to Charter Communication Channel 32 and Verizon's 41, then we're able to, you know, connect there. And thank you, Derek, and to all the cameramen, directors, and everybody who's making this possible for all of us.
And Pamela, I don't want to leave you out because you're part of the staff, I'm thinking. I'm still got to figure, I'm talking to HR about that, right?
I just haven't gotten a check, that's the only thing.
Okay, well, we won't talk about it.
But I look forward to telling really great stories. There's some amazing stories in Long Beach, and also to collaborating with other producers because we really can help each other out. So I'm excited about those opportunities.
Yeah. Well, I thank all of you. I think what you're doing is amazing, and I think you're setting the tone for others that come behind you, and I'm just really proud to see what you're putting on the air it's really a pleasure and an honor to work with you. Great members of the community just like you that could come in and do great shows, and we have the support here to make it happen. We're going to take one more break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to other leaders in the community that have really been key in helping us bring Padnet Live to you.
It's very pet friendly. Everybody has a dog in Long Beach. It's Dog City.
Well, there's everything to do here. You got the Pike, you got Queen Mary, you got the beaches, you got paddle boarding, surfing. You go half a mile that way, you got surfing, you got downtown.
I just think it's the most incredible, most beautiful, most unique city, which has so much to offer. So I love it here and I'll never leave.
My name is Kelly Johnson. I work at Long Beach Community Action Partnership, and I'm the project manager for the Spring Street Farm. We started the farm in July of 2009 as part of the ARA-funded Green Jobs Training Program. It has been an empty lot for many, many years. A lot of the folks in this neighborhood built their homes and remember it being empty. It was a little bit of a neighborhood blight. There was some dumping and some weed abatement. So the Youth Opportunity Center provides us with cohorts of students from 16 to 24 years old, and each group of students or interns was able to build something, grow something, and cook something. So we always have a construction project, and we plant some veggies, and then we learn how to make things like omelets from our fresh eggs from our hens. We have a lot of community support. On Tuesdays and Fridays, we have an open volunteer session. The farm stand is open, so people are able to just stop by and help out harvesting or planting. There's always a lot to do on the farm. I think that one of the most exciting parts about starting this project was getting kids into the field. Maybe everyone's not going to be a farmer, but it's a good work experience. It's hard work, earbuds out, pants up, show up on time. Plants and animals rely on you to come to work. We have now started focusing on farm-to-school lunches for children, nutrition, bringing kids out to the farm to see the chickens and to understand where produce comes from. And so we're moving on to maybe helping people convert their backyards into farms. I think the more that kids are just exposed to these types of things, the more aware they are of how their vote matters and how what they buy matters, they can actually change the world.
Welcome back to Padnet Live. I'm Derek Simpson, Executive Director of the Long Beach Community Action Partnership, and it's been an exciting better part of an hour now, but we're getting to the point where we get to share some time with two gentlemen that I've had the pleasure to work with in the community to really bring Padnet back to you, the community. And I'm going to start by introducing those gentlemen to you that you already know, and that's Councilman Al Austin from the 8th District and Vice Mayor Robert Garcia from the 1st District. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in today. Let's start with you, Vice Mayor, because I know we were just mentioning in the break that the last time you were here, we were knocking a hole in the wall.
That's right.
And now you come back and we've got lights and carpet and everything. Just briefly share what that felt like when you walked in the studio and saw what we have to offer now.
Well, first of all, it's great. I mean, this is an incredible studio for the community, and to see the change that's happened over the last few months, and to know that public access is back in Long Beach, I think is just really exciting. And I mean, Derek, you and the whole team have done just a phenomenal job. The youth that are involved, the community that's involved, the producers, it just brings a lot of pride, I think, for the city, so it's great.
Thank you. And Councilman Austin, I know that though you weren't involved in the beginning, I've been talking off and on with you about the vision for not just having Padnet as this one location, but also having satellite locations to make it accessible to people in the district. So when you think about your constituents in the 8th District, what would be your vision for people getting involved?
Well, we have a lot of property, a lot of opportunity in the 8th District and throughout the city to bring communities closer to Padnet and to other resources. And so I'd love to see, a Padnet satellite location in the 8th or 9th District in the North Long Beach area to allow members of the community to participate and get their voice out as well.
Thank you. Now, I know for both of you gentlemen, soon we'll be coming back before City Council, because every year the what's called PEG funds are allocated again. And when you think about the council concerns in the beginning of bringing public access back, what were some of the things that you were hoping for in terms of whatever that entity would be to make sure that this was done the right way?
Well, I mean, I think that the thing from the city perspective was to make sure it was done the right way, just like you said it. And there's no question it's been done the right way. I mean, for me personally, what I'm excited about in this new kind of partnership that's happened is the fact that there's so many of our educational partners involved, whether it's been through Cal State Long Beach or Long Beach City College or Long Beach Unified. Those institutions were at the table in the process, which I think was really important. And the fact that we have so many youth and people from the community, from the neighborhoods, involved in editing, production, I think that's been really, really key.
Right. And I know, Councilman Austin, in your district, I know you're concerned about many things, and working with youth is one of your passions because you have a young family as well. So from a youth perspective, if we were to just focus on that for a moment, what would you like to say to some of the youth that might be watching about this opportunity to get involved?
Well, I would tell the youth to take up advantage of every opportunity that's presented to them, and this is a very professional operation with professional resources, and we have a lot of talent in this community, and they need to tap into that and learn from it. I think it's a unique opportunity to really develop young people, and I think you guys are doing a terrific job and are really setting a standard and an example here at Long Beach CAP.
Thank you. I know that we have different media that already exist in the community. We have our local papers, and we have district, papers as well, and then there's online opportunities for people to learn about Long Beach. And the irony, Vice Mayor, of the groundbreaking was that we talked about the fact that there were, I always use the term, when you hear about Long Beach on the regional media, you hear basically murder and mayhem. And the irony was, in the press telegram that day, that they quoted me on the bottom fold of that paper was all the media in Long Beach about something that had happened, and they were at the police department. So when we talk about that positive voice, how would you like to see Padnet work with our local media to make sure that there's a balanced perspective of Long Beach sent out to the world? As you heard one of the producers say, he's sending his work all around to other cities. So what would you like to see in that regard?
Well, first of all, there are way many more great stories about Long Beach, about the people of Long Beach, than there are negative ones.
Exactly.
And I think that one of the great things about partnering with other publications, and I can speak from experience, having founded the Long Beach Post, for example, is there's an opportunity, I think, to coordinate. I think there's an opportunity to share stories, to be able to work with organizations like Voice Waves or the Long Beach Post or other smaller publications that are out there doing community news, and doing some shared content. Because at the end of the day, where media is going is in the production of content. And then the way we share content, I think, is really up to us, right? Whether it's through television, whether it's online, whether it's through social media, it's really the production of content and getting that content out in as many ways possible. So I think that's where partners like the Post or partners like the Press Telegram or others are going to be kind of key in the growth.
Right. And you talk about that content, but I know Mr. Austin, in your district, one of the big things that I enjoy participating in whenever I'm in town and can do it is First Fridays. So if you think about an event like that, and you have the expo up there, and I know just a few months ago, Padnet actually, one of the first things that we did was record the State of Black Long Beach, which is airing over and over again. But let's focus on, for instance, First Fridays and other special events. How would you like to see members of your district maybe get involved to record some of those special events and then have them here on TV for everyone to see?
Well, it's ironic that you bring that up. Obviously, we want to continue to make Bixby Knolls in the 8th District a cultural and arts center, a place where families and community can come and enjoy one another and enjoy just a great time. And First Fridays provides us an opportunity to do that. Currently, my office is working with the local businesses in the Virginia Village area to start programming second Sundays in the village. And so we're going to be kicking off a big event on June the 9th. This coming up in another month or so, with our businesses and our communities that surround the Virginia Village to emulate some of what's going on First Fridays, just to wake up our neighborhoods and get our community involved with our business districts and to celebrate, you know, really the essence of Long Beach.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I know maybe a couple of years ago, it might have been before you were even in office, that there was even a farmer's market at one of the schools up there in the 8th District. So to Second Sunday, that's very innovative as well. And I wish you all the success on that. I know downtown in the East Village Arts District, we have second Saturdays, I believe. And what about in the First District, Councilman? What would you like to share in terms of special opportunities that people might get involved, special events that you have going on?
I mean, for me, what's going on downtown in general, I think, is a really exciting time for the creative arts. I think that you're starting to see incredible new galleries open up, art space. You're seeing a lot of things happening, not just in the East Village, but in the North Pine area. So I think we'd love to focus and to share all the great kind of stories that are happening, whether it's theater, whether it's people doing sculpture, or whether they're doing spoken word, whatever it is. Those are all really exciting things that are happening, I think, throughout downtown, which is really great.
And I know that we were just aware of the Downtown Long Beach Business Association, I believe, that was doing like the storefront opportunities to bring arts to storefronts. How is that going so far? Do you have any insight on that?
I mean, there's no question that downtown Long Beach is going through a really great time right now. I mean, we're out of the economic slump, and all indications point to a really good retail kind of revival in the next year or so. We're already seeing really big retailers coming into downtown. I mean, Restoration Hardware just announced they're moving into the Pike. You're going to start to see a whole bunch of retail announcements over the next month, both to Pine and the Pike area, which are kind of big chains, as well as some smaller kind of mom and pop independent stores. They're going to make a really nice mix, I think, of retail for downtown. So downtown's like best days are coming, and they're coming very soon, which is exciting.
And I even, as I was driving from the gym, yes, and I do go to the gym. It might not look like it, but I do. I also noticed the promenade has really come a long way from the park at the end there all the way up. I'm sure you're excited about that as well.
The promenade is fantastic, and the promenade has become also one of kind of the key regional locations really throughout Southern California for craft beer connoisseurs and for all types of new kind of bars and wine places, and so it's really exciting, yes.
Since we're talking about business and development and things that are changing, you mentioned, Councilman Austin, the actual event on Second Sunday, and we talked about First Fridays. But from an economics perspective and community perspective, what are some of the things you're excited about up on your end of town?
Well, again, we're organizing communities into neighborhood associations and community watches. We're working with the Virginia Village businesses and getting them organized finally as a business association. We're working on creating a P-bid on the Atlantic Corridor, and that's in conjunction with Councilmember Neal in the 9th District. So the Atlantic Corridor, we're currently reaching out to businesses there to create opportunity there for them to collaborate and do things to really enhance the quality of the corridor and the cohesiveness of the business community. And beyond that, you know, we're just working hard to support our small businesses in Bixby Knolls and elsewhere around the district. So there's a lot going on.
It sounds like it. I know for both of you gentlemen, I have great respect. I know, Robert, I've known you. I say Robert, I slipped back into those days where we would.
I'm always Robert.
But we've known each other a long time, and just it's really great to see how you both really made a big difference in our community. So just know that from me to you that I have great respect.
I'm a rookie on the council.
Real quickly then, your vision, gentlemen, in the minute or so that we have left. Let's start with you, Councilman Garcia, for Padnet. What would you like to see?
Well, I think Padnet is going to be the premier place for people to gather, whether creative types, media types, people that want to make an impact in their community, to share content, tell the Long Beach story. And so I'm really excited about it, particularly about its involvement with youth in the community.
And what about you, Council?
Well, I think I echo those concerns and those hopes. I'm really looking forward to seeing some really creative work coming out of here. You know, making Padnet and looking forward to it being the source of information and news and just community voice here in Long Beach. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about public access coming back to Long Beach, finally.
Right, yes, finally.
Finally.
We share that with you because one of the things that we've realized as we've worked here, I believe Judy Baker in the beginning was one of our guests. Well, she was one of our guests, but she mentioned about 90 programs a week being produced. And
Wow.
I remember when I used to walk in as a producer, they had a big whiteboard up on the wall, and you had to basically try to get your name in because they had a limited number of production slots. And you had to try to get your name up on the wall to actually get time to come into a studio like this. And so just know that now that we have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year of programming to fill, that's huge. That's important. And now we have already about 160 members that are producers. Wow. And we expected to get 200 when we were up fully operational. We're way beyond that now. So thanks to guys like yourselves and leaders like yourselves, we're really on the way. So we appreciate it.
Thank you, Derek.
Yeah.
You have our
Well,
support.
we're close to the end of this segment, and what I would like to do is have you to really think about what you've been hearing from the series of guests that we've had come on, because just as Councilman Austin has said and Councilman Garcia, Vice Mayor Garcia, we've come a long way. As our guests have also mentioned, we've come a long way, and we want to make sure that you out there know that we have a first-class operation here for you to take advantage of in the city of Long Beach. We want to thank our guests that are currently sitting here and all those guests who have already come in. We want to thank those who are in the other room enjoying the grand opening of our studio. Thanks to our crew, Antonio Ruiz back there behind our floor director, and Matt Kaplan, who's just a genius in there, and Bobby and Lisa and everyone else who's doing a great job, because without you, we couldn't have made this happen. And then we want to encourage you, if you haven't been to our website, please check out padnet.tv to learn more about how you can get involved with Padnet. We have a brilliant website thanks to Lisa and working with the people who actually helped us put that together. It allows you to get online, to actually continue to register and get classes and just get involved. And that's what we want. We want you to get involved to tell the positive Long Beach story. Friend us on Facebook. Do whatever you need to do to get the word out, because we want to see you on padnet.tv. Thank you for joining us on Padnet Live. I'm Derek Simpson. Good night.